All right, here we go at long last. Where did I put my drink? There it is. How's it going, everybody? As we finally get this started, I apologize for changing the times left and right here today. It has been a little bit of a day here today, work-wise, as day job-wise, we are in the peak of playoff baseball here in Iowa. As fun fact, the state of Iowa is the only state of all 50 states in America that plays high school baseball and softball, for that matter, in the summer. So, hence why I was a little bit late. We had a game right here in Council Bluffs, district final on top of that, high stakes game, and hence why we moved from 5 o'clock to 9:30 to 10 o'clock now, because after the game's over, I had to write my article on it. So, but alas, here we are now. For some reason, we don't have the best internet connection, and I just figured out why. Let's. We are connected to the wrong internet here. Hopefully, this does not. Let's fix that here. There we go. Check, check. All right. We connected to the right internet. There we go. All right. Everybody still hear me just fine? There's someone through the chat here, real quick. I see we got some awesome people here already checking in with us. Someone just real quick after changing networks, want to make sure the sound and the visual all is still good. Vibes, there we go. Hello to you, by the way, saying audio and video looking good. Great to hear it. Awesome. Speaking of which, with Vibes here, we also got Coro joining the chat here. Good to see you, Coro Works, as always. Oh, look who's joining the stream right behind us. Look at Mac here, guys. I mean, wish he go on the side here again, buddy. I mean, look how much bigger he's getting. I think he's grown at least a couple inches since we've last been on here. Leo, how's it going? Leo 209 Aquatics, another frequent visitor. Always great to see you as well as this fellow Iowan here, Sketty. How's it going, Sarah? Good to see you as well. Rye Guy Outdoors, also here with us. Good to see you, Rye, as always. I think that's the gist of it right now. Yeah, looks like I got it all right there for at least the time being. Hope all y'all had an awesome Monday here. Believe, depending on where you are, there's a little less than an hour left if you're on the East Coast. Otherwise, rest of us just starting to hunker down here and, start to chill after the first day of the work week here. Of course, Mondays, always a bit of a challenge, especially after, last week we had that long 4-day weekend with the 4th of July and such there. Hope you guys all enjoyed the fireworks stream, by the way. If you didn't get a chance to see that and like seeing fireworks, you can go ahead and watch the replays of that. That's still up on my channel there. Maybe after this one, though, but no, obviously after a 4-day weekend, it can be hard to get back in the normal grind of things here because now our next big holiday really isn't until Labor Day. So, and obviously that being in September, we got a little bit of a wait for that, unfortunately. But nonetheless, still plenty of summer ahead here, and of course, summer means taking some road trips and seeing some new things, which me and my wife are planning to do that this weekend. As you can tell from the title here, preparing for Madison, as in Madison, Wisconsin. We are planning to head up to the Catfish Cataclysm here. We're going to start heading that way here. The current plan is Thursday night. It's not finalized, but that's the hope if all goes well on our work schedules. And then that way, hopefully we can partake in some of the stuff on Friday, as I'm a person that would just rather just get there rather than stop in the middle. But, we'll see how we're feeling on the way there. It's about a 6.5-hour trip there to Madison from here. I think I said 8 hours earlier. I overestimated that a little bit because that's actually about how long it takes for us to get to Green Bay versus Madison. Madison's a little bit closer, but it'll be fun. Coro, I actually take notes on my phone as I do that. It also depends kind of on what I do because sometimes I don't just write the story. Sometimes I also have to take my own pictures as well when I work. I would say about half the time I have to take my own photos, but when we have the main photographer there as well, it makes my job a lot easier when we can. But I would say even then, I always traditionally do it on the phone. I have written them down a couple times, but usually if I even don't have to worry about photos in general, I'll just write up the article as the game happens. So that way, when the game is over, I just talk to the coach, a player or two that kind of made the biggest impacts on the outcome. And usually, about a half hour, 45 minutes after the game, our work here is done. Which was fortunately about the key thing today here, but obviously, with it being postseason, I need to quit bumping this table. But with it being the postseason, of course, just like professional leagues, the games always take just a little bit longer because, more on the line. Coaches, sometimes got to calm the nerves of the kids, but still a very fun day. Favorite ball game snack? Depends on what school I'm covering. We got 10 total schools right now that play baseball in our area, but usually I'm pretty basic. I'll just get like a hot dog or something. Otherwise, sometimes if they got it, I am fully into the soft pretzels and cheese and such. Lightly salted. I don't like too much salt on there. I don't want my blood pressure just nah, I too young to worry about that yet. I know, but still don't want to. But something I do right now. Let's see here what we got going on. Oh, favorite drink? If you asked me about a year ago, I'd say Dr. Pepper. But over the past year or so, I've been trying to lay off the soda here a little bit, as I say, with Sunkissed here with me as I do the stream here. Orange soda has always been a guilty pleasure of mine. It's not my favorite, but every once in a while, it just hits the spot, But I usually get like a Gatorade or like one of those body armors now because usually I try to go with the body armors because even compared to Gatorade, a lot less sugar. That's what I tried to do just to kind of try to, since my job involves a lot of sitting, minus times when I'm at games because, well, I guess when I'm at the games, yeah, it's a lot of moving and going and action, but whenever I'm in the office or if I get to work from home, which I've been able to do here frequently, fortunately, then it's not always a whole bunch of moving. It's just usually find a place to get comfortable, sit, type up articles of what's kind of happening in the area, and then maybe go to a game or two throughout the day. Fish Fam Link, good to see you, as always. Those of y'all that don't know, I'm sure a lot of you do, but those of you that don't know, the Fish Fam Link, that's a great place if you're always looking for someone new to put in your Fish Fam circle here. Because, let's be honest, we all like different fish. I like puffers. Other people like African cichlids. Some people like angelfish, which I guess is a South American cichlid, but still cichlid. Some people like saltwater fish. Some people like freshwater. Fishfam.link, if you're looking for someone to kind of suit your niche of what you like in this hobby, guarantee you, browse around on fishfam.link for a while. I can promise you, you will find at least probably a couple channels, not even just one, but a couple channels that'll suit your fancy, and you'd be surprised probably how far out this Fish Fam expands. And the fishfam.link is a great little encyclopedia, we'll say, to kind of show off what people do here in this hobby. Let's see. Coro, have I tried those liquid for powder mixes? One of the favorite options. No weird aftertaste, not a ton of sugar. I have seen those. I have not tried those, to be honest, though. I guess powders in general, I just kind of go away from too because they tend to give me a little bit of a cotton mouth or like like that dry feeling and such, which is weird because I know some of those are engineered to not do that. But like I've done that with like powdered lemonade, powdered Gatorade, or like water flavorings and such. But Every time I've done it, I don't know, just the powder itself, when I mix it in whatever liquid, just always seems to kind of leave a little bit of a dry taste in my mouth, which I'm not a big fan of. Vibes. Love discus and frontoses. Yeah, discus are one that I've tried one time. Admittedly, the first time it didn't go so well. They um, didn't do so hot in the 125, but frontoses are one I've never kept. However, there is a store here in Omaha, Fish Freaks, as a matter of fact. I've featured it on a couple of videos here in the past as I've gotten some fish and some tanks and such from there before. They are huge into cichlids, and they have a beautiful 155-gallon bow front tank where they got an amazing deal of frontosas in there that are, I would say, probably about 9, 10 inches, I'd guess. I might be a little off on that, but they look fantastic in there too. I can definitely see the appeal of frontosas. I love puffers too, Zach. Absolutely. They're kawaii. Hmm. New slang term that I must be out of the loop on. Drink of choice here, as I showed earlier tonight, sun-kissed orange. Mhm. Something about orange soda, just nostalgic flavor for me. Me and my brothers, we've always loved it. Absolutely. I mean, just that. I mean, just powder stuff in general. Like I say, just very cottonmouth feeling, and just not a fan of it for that exact reason. But if I'm drinking liquid, the goal for me at least is to eliminate those sorts of feelings. But if it's just delaying the inevitable, then it's like, well, this is kind of, counterintuitive. All right. As we go through the chat here, oh, kawaii means cute in Japanese. Well, I gotta say, I did not know that, Zach. You just taught me a little bit of Japanese. Um, I think in Japanese, that thank you is arigato, something like that. I might be off, but my Japanese is my Japanese knowledge is almost non-existent. uh, Zach, next question there, Dean Blair. How is Mac? Haven't seen him in a while. Mac's doing pretty good. You might have seen him swimming around here a little bit. He's right behind my head currently. There he is. He's like, hey, you took away my hiding spot. Come back. He's chasing my head. Look at this. That's fun. Hey, there we go. Oh, now you know domo arigato and kwai. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. I can't do the full robot because my camera isn't wide enough. But yeah, Mac here. He's doing pretty good. Why do you keep going behind my head, you silly puffer? But as you can see, he's getting a little more of a growth spurt here. He's still, I think, about. I haven't measured him lately, but I'd say he's about. I'd say about 7.5, maybe getting closer to 8 inches. Still has a long, long way to go, but he's getting closer. His appetite by the month just keeps just getting bigger and bigger. He's starting to really demand lots of bigger feedings and such. He's starting to catch up with Hercules and my cross river puffer, and of course Finley or Fahaka. He's catching up to him pretty quick here. I would say within the next month or two here, he's probably going to be right there with him, or if not right there with him, pretty close. Right guy, I think so too. I think he's looking a lot better too. It also helps to have some more plants in here. I've tried to put some root tabs in here to get our valves to grow back up because he kind of liked to swim through those. Perhaps at the Catfish Cataclysm, I'll keep an eye open for some jungle valves there because jungle valves are easily one of my favorite plants just based on how tall they get and how grass-like they look. I mean, I don't know. Valsinaria, Crypts, those, and Anubiuses are probably my top three favorite plants there. Um, I would really like to try to keep swords again, but Amazon swords, I've just never had good luck with them. And I have root tabbed the heck out of them. And for some reason, I can't get them to last. I can keep them around for about 3-4 months, and then they slowly melt to nothing. Which, of course, you expect a little bit of melting at first when you get it. That because most Amazon swords are grown out of water, so you expect some melting at first. But just never can get them to come back up, and I just have never been able to put my finger on the reason why. Let's see here, going through the chat. Going through the chat, yes. Well, Christine, how's it going? Good to see you, Christine. Or, as Phantom of the Opera, Christine. I am no Jared Butler, or Gerald Butler, excuse me. Not Jared, Gerald, but alas. Yeah, just live now. You ain't missed us for too long here. Plus, I also kept pushing the time, 3 times throughout the time, so it's understood. Chattanooga Ed, how's it going, man? Always good to see you here. Awesome member of the Fish fam right there. Ed's cousin and her son are here in town, but they're from your town, so from here in Council Bluffs. Very nice. I was about to say, like, oh, shoot, if you guys are in Council Bluffs, well, then what the heck am I doing here? Ed, we got to meet. But, yeah, that's a long drive there over there to Tennessee. I've done that once before, and yeah, Council Bluffs to Tennessee, long drive. All right, looking through the chat. Yeah. Ah, yes, Ed. Glad to hear that that your dad is doing a little bit better there. I've with a guy that has a lot of power tools and saws myself. Fortunately, I am happy enough to say I've never got to, I've never had my finger hit a saw before. I did, however, while me and my father were working on the metal stand here for this 510-gallon plywood tank. The grind, we were grinding it down a little bit so that we could put it back together a little bit so that it would actually fit through my front door here, because initially how big it was too big to fit in my door, so we had to grind a little bit of the pulls off here and trim it down about 4 or 5 inches just so it would fit through the dang door. And yeah, as we were grinding off some of the poles, the grinder bumped off one of the poles and got me on my right hand here. I'm trying to remember what finger it was. It was one of my 3 middle fingers here that it just bounced off, and it got into me pretty good. I'm not going to say how deep it went in, but yeah, about I think it was actually these 2 fingers right here is where it got me. And yeah, there were a couple of divots in my fingers, and the only reason it probably didn't bleed more is because the wheel was going around so fast, it probably soldered my fingers shut. I apologize if that's a little TMI there, but no, I know the pain of your fingers hitting power tools. That is not fun, and I'm glad that your father's doing better, Ed. That is some scary stuff. Painful stuff too. Hey, Caleb, how's it going? Good to see you here. Saw that you say it's just here in second time here. Either way, glad to see you back here again. That's always my goal here. We got one of the 4 awesome moderators here. Of course, I'm talking about Liquid's the Only Fins. How's it going, Matt? Always good to see you, good sir. Mr. Sioux City himself there. Going up here. I thought I missed something earlier, or maybe I'm just crazy, or both. Oh, the Aquatic Morning Show. Jess, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Been a hot minute since I've been able to get on the Aquatic Morning Show. I've been too much of a night owl, so I keep sleeping past your show. That's what happens though when you start working at about 3, 4 p.m. in the afternoon to kind of catch up on all of yesterday's happenings, as well as maybe any events sport wise that happened in the morning hours and such. And yeah, you get this to where I'm sometimes up till 11 working on stuff here. Or today, I guess I got done around 9:45 here, just barely between 10 to 15 minutes before time to stream here. So that was good to at least get something on here because, yeah, haven't been streaming in a while and I do miss this, even though, yeah, I just, for a while I needed a break. But I'm thinking that I need to, yeah, I want to get this going here again. I want to start streaming on Monday regularly again. And because I do miss this, because given everything that happens in life, this is a nice little gateway to escape all that, the drama that life always gives here and such. And I always look forward to chatting with you guys and see what all y'all are up to. Speaking of which, if some of y'all are up to maybe heading to Madison here this weekend for the Catfish Cataclysm, let me know. I would love to, keep an eye open for you to see if I can run into you there. I know my wife and I are for sure going to be there most of the day, probably Saturday. We might drop in. I think we'll probably drop in at least for a little bit on Friday. Sunday, I'm not sure how much we'll be there. If we do go there at all on Sunday, it's probably not going to be for very long. Because, of course, while the wife does like fish, myself included, we're thinking we might either go to Green Bay or Milwaukee and probably, go check out, I believe, on Wisconsin. Yeah, that's Lake Michigan, I believe, again. Actually, yes, because it's the same Great Lake that also touches Chicago. So it is great. It is the Great Lake of Michigan. Oh, Lake Michigan, that is. Hey, Lefty, how's it going? Good to see you, man. Been a hot minute, I think, since I've seen you in a stream here. Been a hot minute since I've seen this guy in person, too. I think the only time I've seen you, man, was, what was that called in Knoxville? Aquaticon, that's what it was. We gotta find a way to get to another event together here, man. Been a hot minute since we've caught up on things. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. We got my favorite. Oh, that was crap. We got my favorite. That's better. Viking fan here. How's it going, Kenny E? And I'm sure perhaps Danny's watching as well. Either way, hope y'all are having a great night. Always good to see you guys here. Now, Kenny, correct me if I'm wrong. I think someone once told me that you were maybe thinking of heading to the Cataclysm here in Madison. Is that true? Is that just speculation? Is that rumors? Is that false? I hope it's true. Would love to meet you in person, man. Going through here. Fish Fam Link, appreciate it. Enjoying the stream? Don't forget to give a thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it, Fish Fam Link. Going through here. But you got me some red-eye puffers. Ooh, man. Love those. Cannot wait. Yeah. Those red-eye puffers, they're a bit of a harder one to find here. I keep cutting my head off here. Let's scoot this back a little bit. Maybe then I won't keep hitting the table left and right. But yeah, red-eye puffers, they're easily probably one of my top 10 favorite puffers there. They're, they get a little bit bigger than a pea puffer. I'd say they're probably my next step puffer to where, if you kept pea puffers for a while and, you maybe want to take something that, takes another step up, but you're not quite ready to maybe take on some of the other ones, like, say, a spotted Congo or an Amazon. Yeah, I think red-eye puffers are a great one to take on. Very cool, too. Those eyes, and sometimes their body markings, too. I mean, the males or the females, they're very, very striking. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Danican, okay. I will be in Madison Friday. Oh, yeah, but I will only be there Friday, head up further north on Saturday. Well, Kenny, I do know we're going to be there. We're going to arrive in Madison, and I'm thinking me and my wife might just shoot up there, or the whole drive on Thursday. It kind of depends, because of course well, we didn't take Thursday off from work because I'm not trying to blow all my vacation time, and we're just barely over halfway through the year. But um, I think we should be there on Friday. Perhaps if we get there soon enough, man, I'll have to. If I do get there Thursday, man, I'll have to shoot you a message because if there's a chance that you and I can meet up, man, I would love to finally meet you in person, man. And I don't say that with all Viking fans. But real talk, man. If I'm there, I'll have to shoot you a message. Would love to meet you in person, Kenny. Danny too. I know there's gonna be a couple of awesome fish folk up there because obviously Peplin Creek Aquatics and Roxanne with Foxy's Fishies, I know are both gonna be up there as well. In fact, I believe they're gonna be vendors at this event as well, which is exciting. Haven't seen them before at a convention here yet, so I'm looking really forward to that. And hey, I'm just saying, well, I don't know if I'd actually have time for on Friday. It's too bad Green Bay's not a little bit closer because I'm just saying, Kenny, I've heard Green Bay has a really killer fish store up there. Plus, they have good football up there, you know? But, yeah, jokes aside, man, like I say, if we do get up there on Thursday, I'll send you a message, and yeah, we'll have to try to figure something out, man. Let's go through the chat here again. George RB3, or wait, yeah, RB3. I thought that was an 8 for a second. I was second guessing myself. How's it going, George? I'm doing well. Hope the same is for you. Going through the chat. Going through the chat. Yes. Hey, Gina's Brief. How's it going, Gina? Good to see you here. Frequent visitor here on the stream here. It's always good to see people visit here frequently when we stream here. It makes me feel like I'm doing something right here. Going through here, the chat. Going through the chat. Dun, 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 dun. I thought I missed something here. So Lefty was actually thinking of doing some Amazon puffers, but the wet spot sold out. Oh, I guess I know you've kept puffers before too, Lefty, but some ways that can be a blessing because I will definitely say of all the freshwater puffers I've kept, Amazon puffers in terms of like the whole teeth thing and how they don't stop growing, Amazon puffers by far have the fastest growing teeth of any freshwater puffer. I mean, compared to the Fahaka, the Mabu, the pea puffers, you never really have to worry about the teeth. The red eyes, though, I mean, even brackish water puffers like the figure eights and the green spotteds or arrowhead dragon puffers, I mean, their teeth, it's almost ridiculous. I've had to trim their teeth a couple times, actually, because I try to give all my puffers, snails, at least a few times every week. I know some people will say you should give it to them every day of the week if you can here, especially some of the bigger ones. But the fact is, I just don't have that kind of supply here, and I just don't have the funding to, pay, money just to keep a whole bunch of ram's horns around, which I do have some of those down here, but also got a lot of pond snails that invade my tanks here, as well as Malaysian trumpet snails, and they do the job pretty well too, especially for my smaller ones. We do get some pretty good sized Malaysian trumpet snails here too that at least also for like Mac here yet, actually he's over there, as well as our crossover puffer Hercules, they do the job well to help keep those teeth down. Although the bigger ones anymore, though, I just kind of give them half clam shells, and that seems to be a way more efficient way to grind their teeth. Ooh, Gina's Reef bringing some Pokemon conversation into this. And you are talking two of my favorites there, Gina. Still can't believe I got a Charizard, Dragonite, and a Hidden Ditto in only 8 packs. Solid. Yeah, I always feel like my 10-year-old self whenever I get like a Charizard, although, Charizard, you're always hyped when you pull a Charizard from any Pokemon pack. But, I would say my favorite Pokemon, though, to have is definitely Dragonite. Hence why I have 3 Dragonite plushies. In my living room in the cabinet. Yeah, Dragonite, Charizard is a very, very close second place. After that, it gets very close because, I think Mew is awesome. I think Mewtwo is awesome. I love Blastoise because, Blastoise is literally a big giant turtle that he gets bazookas out of his shell, like bazooka water cannons. It's awesome. I mean, how cool would that be? Just you're a turtle shell, and if you take it off, how intimidating would it be if it had just two shell flaps that just go, and out come these giant like 3-4 inch wide bazooka water cannons just staring you down on the face. Woo, that would be it's one Pokemon that I wish would be real, but also at the same time, probably better that it wouldn't be. That'd be that. That could be better than any Navy ship, honestly. Caleb going ahead and calling it a night. Well, thank you, Caleb, for coming on in here. Hope you have a fantastic night, man. Glad that you came back through and visit us again here. Demon Blader, Zach says that Charizard is his favorite. For a while it was with me too, but like I say, Dragonite just kept growing and growing on me. But Charizard, there's always a very special place with me with Charizard. I love me a Charizard. Of course, I know Lefty's favorite. Correct me if I'm wrong, Lefty. That would be Lapras, which is pretty cool. Although there's a couple of water Pokemon I'd put ahead of Lapras for me. I mean, obviously Blastoise being one. I also think Feraligatr is cool. Primarina is very elegant, I'll say. I mean, there's a lot of cool water Pokemon. I mean, obviously you got to mention Vaporeon, one of the evolutions, which is cool. All right, let's see here. Oh, gee. Bulbasaur's cool too. I do like Bulbasaur too. I mean, when that eventually turns into Venusaur, I mean, Venusaur is also just a beast. I mean, literally. Jeff Kane, what's going on, Jeff? Always good to see you, sir. I believe he's going to Madison as well. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Jeff, but going to be awesome to potentially see you in Madison as well. Like I say, to those of you that are just joining in here, because I know our chat number has gone up here a little bit in terms of attendance. My wife and I, we may be there Friday. We may not. I'm not fully sure if we're there Friday. I'm not sure for how long. Saturday, I know we plan on spending most of the day there. Sunday, chances are if we're there, it's going to be minimal time, maybe just to pick up a few things here and there. But I mean, if you're paying for the whole registration pass, and I guess if you go there for 3 days based on the admission you pay, it's like, well, I mean, you pay for the pass for all 3 days. So if you do go in, you just as well get your money's worth, right? But yeah, looking forward to meeting a lot of people there. Ed, I lost it earlier, but I'm with you. I mean, yeah, the Yellow Dragon one, Dragonite, of course. Yeah, I like that one. Arceus is a cool one, too. He keeps slowly growing on me, too. Mostly because of the trading card thing. And no, I don't play the trading card game. I just collect the Pokemon cards because of nostalgia's sake, basically. New local Austin. Well, hello, pilgrims. Hello to you. Ooh, NLA, New Local Austin. Good to see you. Hope you're having a fantastic evening. Rye Guy, how are the pea puffers doing? They're doing all right now. We had some puffers that I was trying to put in quarantine here because for about the first week, everything was going really, really smooth. And I guess this is also part of the reason why I also laid off of live streams for a while because I was trying to get a grip on that tank again. But for the first week, everything was going smooth. Everyone was eating decently enough. And then about, I don't know the exact kind. I pulled about 6 pea puffers out of there that were starting to look a little scrawny, trying to beef them back up again because I was wondering if maybe they weren't getting quite enough there. And yeah, unfortunately, we lost a few here. So our pea puffer count is more like around closer to 20 now than it was 30. Counting it earlier, actually on the receipt, we never quite had 30. We actually ended up with like 20. I think he charged me for 20, but we actually brought home like 26 or so, I think is what he eventually put in there. But either way, whatever it was a lot. But we lost a few of them, but everybody's that's left is doing pretty good in there. We still have give or take around 20 in there yet. So I mean, honestly, I was kind of expecting that, when we got 30 of them, I figured that we'd probably have at least a few casualties, because I mean, 30 is a lot to travel with. But yeah, would have liked to hang on to more, but unfortunately, that's how it works sometimes. We might try to stock it back up just a little bit more here, but still got the majority of them here yet. But yeah, they're eating well now. Whatever was going on there earlier seems to have passed. A lot of them that were looking scrawnier earlier have kind of beefed back up, and we got back in there again. So no fish in the quarantine tank right now. That's good. But yeah, for the most part now, things are going better. But yeah, might be another thing I keep an eye open for while I'm at the Cataclysms. If pea puffers are there and maybe good price, maybe we'll bring a couple more of those here with us. I don't know though. Usually at those conventions though, I try to get stuff that I can't at other stores though. And I mean, our local fish stores here in Omaha, we got pea puffers literally all the dang time. Like if one store ain't got it, one of the other 3 or 4 do. So only Oscars. Woo! Pea puffers into the 100-gallon tank. Rock on. That would be awesome. Just 100 gallons of nothing but pea puffers. That is God tier right there. Good on you. Hope you put a video or a short on that there too. That'd be awesome to see. I mean, I think that a 75 hex by itself is cool to see, but a 100-gallon tank, that would be cool. Some people, I just also sometimes think, I mean, I love putting big fish in, big aquariums too, but there's also something to be said about putting like smaller fish or like lots and lots of nano fish in a big tank too, and just watching them school or shoal together. There is something to be said about that sight as well. Hence why, I mean, my 240, I have a load of gouramis and rainbows in there. So, I mean, sure, yeah, you could put maybe some sort of arowana in there or Oscars, but instead of just 4 Oscars, let's just put a couple dozen rainbows in there and just watch all that color just swim all around and such. Nathan, first and foremost, don't think I said hi to you earlier. Welcome aboard, Nathan. Always good to see you, man. Do y'all know if you can keep bristlenose, I presume pleco, with shrimp? And I presume that's kernel shrimp or whatever that be. To be fully honest, I am not a pleco expert nor shrimp expert. This is where I almost would, I know with shrimp at least, this is where I'd be like, I wish we had the Garden of Eater, because I know Grant and Shelby would be all over that question. As would some other people here in the chat. But I'm not fully sure on that. I don't want to say one thing and steer you wrong. So I personally am going to just have to say I don't know. If someone here in the chat, though, knows, feel free to, if someone could help out Nathan there, by all means, please lay some advice on the man. Let's see here. Going through the chat. Yes. That's past it. Craig's Catfish Cave. How's it going, Craig? Always good to see you too, man. Coming in here. It's always good to, it's been great to see so many familiar faces here that I haven't seen in the weeks and weeks that I really haven't streamed that regularly. This is kind of why I've missed the Monday Musing streams. Just seeing everybody here. And first and foremost, thank you all so much for your patience on this. I know a month and a half, some channels would not have that following, but to see that we have over 20 people here after really not doing a stream on Monday, other than 2 weeks ago. We did do a stream on Monday 2 weeks ago, briefly. That was kind of impromptu. But for the first planned one in about a month and a half or so, awesome to see so many folks here. Y'all are truly awesome for that. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Rye Guy asking a question earlier. I missed this one earlier. Do I know if mine are captive bred? I do not currently. I think they are. I'm not 100%. So, yeah, unfortunately, there again, I'd have to say I don't know. But based off knowing the preferences of the storekeeper or the store owner that I bought them from, I would lean towards probably, but I'm not sure. I'm going through here on the chat once more, scrolling way down. Whoop, it just jumped. And I saw something up there earlier. Ah, there we go. Only Oscars. Thank you so much for becoming a member here. I can't see what tier it is here because StreamYard doesn't show me that. But regardless of what it is, thank you so much for becoming a member here. And to those of you otherwise that are looking to become a member here, all you got to do is click that join button. And whatever tier you take, it does not matter to me. It is just as greatly appreciated as the other level here. And as you do that, I mean, just for $2, if you want to, if you're an emoji or sticker fan, kind of like some others here, I know we have in the chat here, you can unlock some puffer emojis as you go through here. And the best part is, the more members we have, the more stickers I can offer to you guys. So, but only Oscars, thank you very much for becoming a member here. Greatly appreciated. It's never expected, but always greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Let's see. My chat keeps jumping and it keeps throwing me off. Had to update my current. Yeah, I've had to do that too. I got to get some of my YouTube memberships back, and the problem is, like, on some of them, it's now going to reset my time with these because, yep, I just switched banks, so that's been a bit of a process here. And the problem is that, yeah, now I'm not going to show up on some of these channels as a long-time supporter that I have been, which I guess, you know, they know how long you've done it. But like, for example, like James, Fish Room Fever, I want to say I was a member of his channel for, oh goodness, I want to say just shy of 3 years. And now that I've been switching over, well, actually, I forgot. He was one of the couples that, for some odd reason, I forgot to switch over. And now my time's going to start all over. It's kind of like, no. But yeah, I still got a couple of them here that I got to set back up here again. Going through the chat. Yes. Whoa, hello. Fish tank. Fish tank Frank, I love it. Does caught it. Well, back in the day, he didn't. Although I guess by the one NFL review, which I really don't know why they did, the game at that point was like, what, 3 years over? But I guess, you know, it helps some Cowboy fans sleep, I guess. Let's see here. Speaking of emojis, there's Jeff Kane using the spotted Congo emoji. Jeff Kane always putting in a great example there of the emojis there. Just one of the few there. I'm going to sound terrible here. I don't remember all the puffers that we have on there, but I know we got P Puffer, the spotted Congo, which as you see on the screen now. We have a red eye puffer. Of course, we got Finley on there. I believe we got Mac on there as well. Chief is on there. All sorts of awesome puffers. Oh man, Ed went really crazy on all of them there. Oh yeah, and Amazons too. We got the red line on there as well, the figure eights. Oh yes. Forgot about a couple of those. Probably because I haven't made any new emojis for a while. I got a couple that are waiting if we ever bump up the tiers here, but something like that. Vinoski, how's it going? Good to see you. I'm personally doing well. Hope the same is said for you. Leo, they're doing the red line emoji there. Our red line / Cross River Puffer actually keeps swimming towards the front of his tank here, wondering what I'm doing. He's probably sitting here like, dude, when are you going to feed me? Usually when you're down here, I get food by now. He was given a half clam shell. I'm still trying to work on my Cross River Puffer to accept the full half clam shell. So far, he's been a crafty little buzzard and just keeps scooping around the meat in the shell, which is great that he's eating and such. Because I mean, the meat of the half clams are great for him and all, but the reason why I give him half clam shells is so that he also chews on the shell and files down those teeth of his. So I mean, it's only half good right now. We're trying to get it to the point where he'll start chomping on the shell too. But I guess he'll eat snails no problem. So at least there's that. Oh, really, Nathan? I, Nathan says, I was told that it doesn't lose the time that you've been a member on and had to cancel, then re sign up. Candy from the co op is the one who told me this, and I do believe mine with the co op picked up the same spot. All right, well, that's good to know. Well, yeah, I guess as I reinitiate some of my memberships, yeah, we'll see that come to fruition. That's good to know, I guess. Like I say, it was gonna be kind of a bummer if you lost all that, though. I keep. It's also a bummer that I keep bumping this stinking table. Oh, let's see here. Woo! My laptop battery getting a little low. Well, I guess we have been doing 45 minutes. That's the problem, though. I might have to order a new laptop battery here. Usually, it can do about an hour off the charger, and after that, it don't do so hot anymore, unfortunately. But I guess I have had this now for over 3 years now, so I guess it is starting to get to be a little bit older. Probably time to. I mean, I've already had to replace the charger once. Might have to replace the battery here soon. Let's see here. Do 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 do. Coro, I can verify also my membership is at 13 months for Secret History. Or Secret History. Great choice of a channel there. Alex does some awesome stuff there. And I had to lapse on it at least twice. Yeah, I know I've had to bail out on like Aquarium Co-op a couple times here because of some other stuff going on here. Speaking of battery, there's my battery saver turning on. But yeah, I've had to do the same thing on Aquarium Co-op there too. So I guess yeah, I've never noticed it ever go down. So yeah, well, like I say, we'll reinitiate these and I'll see where I'm all at with these. Let's see, I got a couple more here before probably need to call it an evening. My battery is starting to get a little low here. We're gonna close some things here, see if we can buy some battery life here. See if we can maybe get this to an hour or close to it. But Jeff asks, how is the Bumblebee Oscar doing? The Bumblebee Oscar's doing pretty good. He's grown a couple inches since we've gotten him here. He's actually, I'm gonna kill this light here real quick. He's right here in the 50 gallon. And yeah, to those of you that haven't seen my most recent video, I'm thinking this 185 bucks. Let's back that up a little bit. There we go. And can I hold the camera still? Goodness gracious. It's not a puppet, Austin. Don't weave it all around. Ah! But yeah, this 185 bow front, I'm thinking that I know for the longest time I've said I wanted to make this a saltwater tank, but open and honest with you, well, there's a lot of reasons why I didn't do it, but long story short, I think this 185 bow front, I'm going to turn this into the Bumblebee Oscar's next upgrade. I think this tank over here will suit him very well once we get that going. Hopefully within the next couple months. I'm probably going to start. Whoa, that is cutting off my head. Let's not do that. That's better. There we go. But yeah, I think I want to get another Oscar with him later too, because I think 2 Oscars, and I haven't decided the other tank mates that I want to put in there with them. I've been watching like some videos like of KG Tropicals or Cichlid Brothers and such that I've been trying to get some ideas for what tank mates I'd want to put with 2 Oscars, and there's a couple of them that really stood out. The problem is like half of them that really stood out to me, the tank's still not big enough, if that gives you any idea. Like one channel, actually I think 2 of them recommended to put silver arowanas in with Oscars, which I think would be absolutely gorgeous. But the problem is my bow front tank, the edges are only 19 and a half inches. The peak of the bow does reach 25 inches, so, that's about 2 feet there. But obviously that is not suitable for arowanas, unfortunately. Oscars, it'll work nicely. But Unfortunately, yeah, it will not work too too well for arowanas. On that script, yeah, I've thought about maybe getting another bumblebee. I've also seen like a long fin Oscar before, and whoo, those are pretty. I'm a little leery of putting a normal Oscar though with a long fin Oscar. I feel like it might get fin nipped, and obviously we don't want that. Otherwise, I mean, a tiger Oscar is another thing I've thought about. An albino Oscar would be cool. A black Oscar, because I've seen all black Oscars, and I think those are pretty cool too. But I feel like that'd be too close to like what the bumblebee is. I kind of want something that puts a little contrast with the bumblebee Oscar. That's always kind of what I've been about. But we'll see as I go to a convention here and maybe a couple more throughout the year here. I know there's probably at least two more throughout the area. I'm not sure what they all might be here yet, but I know I got a couple conventions on my radar that I want to at least attempt to get to. But I'll have to keep an eye open for some Oscars out there because I almost always see them all out and about. Thanks, Ed. Yeah, I've been needing to get more videos out and such, and I've just decided, let's do more of a vlog style because I always have these ideas and such, and yeah, I gotta tell you though, I'm not looking forward to moving Finley's tank out of the way. That's the only part of the plywood project that I'm thinking that I'm not really looking forward to because that 185 is heavy. I mean, it's heavy without anything inside the tank, but the fact is that even when I drain a lot of the water out and just to move it out of the way so I can start building the plywood tank, it's gonna be it's still gonna be a challenge to move a 150-gallon tank, which can weigh over 300 pounds by itself empty. And by the time we still have about, I'd say there's at least 120 pounds of sand in there yet. So yeah, it's gonna be a challenge. Not the same species. Now I gotta ask you. June. Is that like not like not the same species of Oscar? Like mixing a bumblebee with a tiger, not same species, or like mixing like an Oscar with say like Bala sharks or Jack Dempsey's per se. Oh yes, I mean yeah, yeah. I mean it's the same thing like with other fish here too. Because I mean yeah, I know the obvious rule that yeah, I mean even with black ghost knives yeah, the rule of thumb is if another fish can fit in another fish's mouth, it's probably going to come missing. So yeah, definitely avoiding all that. But yeah, I will heed your warning on what that is. But yeah, I've heard common plecos be one too, and I've had those before too. Oh boy, battery's getting way low. But yeah, we'll make this the last one, and then yeah, guys, I don't know if my battery is going to let me go much further. But yeah, I've heard about common plecos. I've had those before. Had one that got about 18, 20 inches before it passed when I was like in middle school. They're cool, but I don't know. I'm kind of if I do plecos, I kind of do more of the fancier ones, but I'm not sure how many of those would work with the Oscar just because of the size of how Oscars grow. But never say never. There are some that still get pretty good size. Like I know Royal plecos can still get pretty big, etc. So might look into it. All right. Well, if the stream ends here as I get my charger here, I will. Well, I hope you enjoy. Well, actually, oh yeah, we're at 3%. I'm not gonna be able to make that, guys. But so yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna cut that right here. I watched a 2-inch Oscar eat an inch pleco. Yeah, well, I have heard. I mean, as John and Lisa would say on KG Tropicals too. I mean, Oscars they can eat like pigs, and my little bumblebee Oscar, to what I've seen thus far, is no exception to that rule. But yeah, I'll have to do another stream about this here again because yeah, I have to get some advice on that and open it up to the chat of what y'all think we should do to give this Oscar some friends, and maybe I'll get a little educated on what's a good idea and what isn't then, um, outside of what I already know. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and bounce here now. Getting a little tired, so I'm probably going to head to bed here soon. But thank you all so much for checking in here again. Obviously, as I said earlier, thank you all for so much for the patience after all this time where I know I was kind of taking a break, only like one stream on a Monday. Again, it was kind of impromptu over the past month and a half. But yeah, hope to see a lot of y'all in Madison, Wisconsin at the Catfish Cataclysm. Again, going to try to see if I can maybe sneak in on the activities there on Friday. We'll be there a lot on Saturday. And I'm going to, maybe be there a little bit Sunday. Not sure. We'll see, I guess. I'll keep you guys in the loop. Definitely do a live stream also while I'm there. Maybe might even make a video while we're there. Maybe visit a fish store while we're at it. All sorts of stuff there. I'll keep you on the loop. But thank you all so much for checking in here and joining us on this late musings. As always, thank you for watching this video. And y'all in the next part. As always, Fish Fam, stay fantastic.